for the ecosystem and the community. So why don't we use that kind of money to the reward to the people, especially developers, to contribute to the system? So I know everybody likes Elastos, right? That's why you are here, right? You believe in Elastos, right? Yes or no? Yes. Louder. Yes. Okay. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, thank you very much. But besides that, I know you want to contribute, even if there's no reward, of course, because you believe in it. But what if you can get some additional reward, money, to get from the community while you do the contribution? It may not be enough to buy a house in San Francisco, but it will be enough for you to make a decent life. And especially, consider this, Elastos right now is just in the ramp. It's not start yet. So you contribute today, you get the ELA, and in the future, I just mentioned, Elastos is Microsoft plus Apple plus Google. It's a huge. So once you get to that point, okay, buy a house. It's a piece of cake, right? Well, let's go back to the topic. There's many ways we can get a lot of people who has a deeper pocket. You can go to the exchange to buy, or you can try to do mining. But I can tell you, it's not a lot of chance. You know who you are competing with, right? By the way, we do merge mining. Merge mining means the miner actually who is mining Bitcoin, doing the merge mining for ELA. So you are competing with those big bots who own a pool of ASIC mining machine. You have very less chance to win. But if you are a developer, or maybe not, we don't like to limit to developer. We actually open to any kind of person who can contribute to the community. You can do a work, complete a task, and you can get an award. So that is what we call the Elastos Bounty Program. In short, we call it EBP, which is I'm going to announce today. So we're talking about the bounty program. So here's some background. The blockchain is a new technology, and the biggest problem, not only for us, almost for every project, we don't have enough developer engineers to work on it. Not a lot of projects, especially right now, it's kind of easier to issue a new token, to write a white paper and go to some ICO. We got some kind of money, and seems to we can start, right? But actually, what if you don't have developers? It's happening. It's happening now. So it's the same for Elastos. In any place in the world, even in Silicon Valley, it's almost impossible to any company to get enough developers to work on the project, right? So in that case, we think, what if we just think differently? We just get rid of the traditional, like the company organization. We don't need the office. We don't need the people to get together. We do something differently. So traditional company, I have been working for more than 20 years in many different countries, in different companies. I actually get tired of doing that. People get together and sitting somewhere called office and burning the investors' money and burning the time and slowly, gently kill each other. Yeah, stop doing that. So I just want everybody to contribute. We don't really care where you are. I don't care you are a US citizen or you come from Indian or you are some people in France or in China. We don't really care. We only care how much you can contribute. We care your skill sets, your time, especially passion. We need your passion. So you actually can contribute anywhere, full-time, part-time, no matter where, no matter what time zone you are. As long as you join our community, you join our bounty program, you actually can go to the task list, find some tasks you can do, you can provide your proposal, or sometimes work proof of work. And we have a committee to approve your work and will give you your reward. That's how it works, basically. We have I have read a pretty long introduction in the GitHub. So sometime, if you have time, you can go to the GitHub. You can read the idea. It's just a rough idea. I just wrote it last week when I fly to Boston. I just read on the flight. It's pretty not very long, but you can still get some idea. The idea is EBP will be a web app. We actually just started working on that. The Clarence, that guy, he will talk about the progress later. We just started the web app. So in the future, once the application is done, you can go to some, I don't know the URL yet. You can go there to search for the tasks. It's a web app. Maybe some people ask, oh, hey, you guys doing the decentralized DApps, but why you EBP is centralized the web app? Well, here's the reason, because simply put, the Elastos is not ready yet. So we have to go to some traditional way using like cloud or full-stack web develop tools like React or Vue to build the application. But that is just temporary solution. In the future, we will move, after the Elastos is complete, we will move from the traditional cloud-based application to the DApp, but maybe after 1 year. But anyway, we can start from the centralized web app. And in the EBP family, we have some children's, we have, by the way, I mentioned, I not have to be developer to join the program. We actually looking for different kind of person. For example, if you know multiple languages, you speak both English and say French, you actually can help us translate some documents from English to French or from the French to English. Or if you're a social influencer, you don't know how to code, but actually you have a lot of followers. Good, go ahead. You actually can translate, not translate, but broadcast our idea, how we can use Elastos, how we build it to your your audience. We have a bunch of programs. Like first one is EBP. It's a developers program, which simply put, it would be, we have a lot of projects, and we cannot complete all of them. Especially a lot of programs related to the different community. For example, if we need a framework to connect Elastos to React, or connect to Elastos to Meteor, let's say whatever, we may need some people who know both skill set. So we cannot do everything. We cannot do everything, all the components. We need people to help. If you have the skill set, you actually can, we will list the program there and we issue, say it is 500 ELA. That project is maybe 1,000 ELA. So if you have the idea, you know how to do it, you can give us a proposal. And we can review your proposal, and we can issue the test to you. You can complete it, and then we review it. You did a good job, then we give you the ELA. Another kind of program would be like a competition, like hackathon. So we ask people to give us a new Elastos logo. We don't like this logo anymore. We want some new logo, and we give the ELA for like 1,000 ELA. I don't know how much, but assume it's 1,000 ELA. You actually can, maybe there are 200 people who propose their own, submit their own design. Then we can put the design on the EBP program, and everybody can vote. So which one do you like best? Then the winner will get the 1,000 ELA. It's a kind of a competition way. And another kind of program is something like the proof of work. It's not the Bitcoin proof of work. It's, let's say, if you create a bug, if you found a bug, you issue a bug, or if you found some the potential problem, you just give us what you did, what you found, and we can give you the reward as well. So you just need to provide us what you did. Like the post method or something, we can give you reward. So it's different way. Besides the developer, we also have the bug bounty program. Like you help us find the potential security problem, and we give you a reward. And also the leader bounty program and the social bounty program is for the social influencer. And you have a lot of, for example, you're a YouTuber, you have like 10,000 of followers. You actually, if you give us, you do something to tell other people how Elastos work, and we can give some reward. the referral bounty program, and also the leader program, which means if you go to the community global page, we actually are looking for the local leaders in any other country, including US. We're looking for the leaders in your country. I don't know. I know a lot of people like currently is watch the video live streaming on YouTube. So in your country, if you are Elastos lover, you can organize some kind of a local community. You can actually submit your proposal to the GitHub, and we approve you to be the leader. And in the future, you can have similar kind of meetup in your country, your city, your university. And you will be the leader. We'll give you some reward on that. You just do something like this. It's just a leader reward. The basic idea is, as I mentioned, like the list of program, you give us a proposal, we review it. It's just kind of easy. We also have something I forgot to mention. It's called a peer-to-peer reward. So what the peer-to-peer reward is, because, for example, you are a developer, you doing some DApp on Elastos, you need some kind of library, you don't know how to do it. You actually ask a question on Stack Overflow or read the issue. So I need somebody help on this. And some other people from the community, he actually gave you a help. Maybe just give some idea, or maybe he just modify some code to fit your needs. So that guy helped you. You have the chance to vote to that guy. That guy will get a reward from us, not you from us. What you need is you just tell us your story, how you are stuck somewhere, and how the other people help you. As long as we prove this is true, then we can give the reward to that guy. You don't have to pay anything. You just tell us what you got, then we can award to that. It's called peer-to-peer. And another thing I need to mention is called voting power. Voting power is kind of similar to Steemit. Steemit has a kind of voting power. We are following that idea. So every time you get a reward from the EBP, for example, you get a 10 ELA reward by posting a message. And we also give you 10 voting power. It's a kind of a points in your account. And the voting power will expire if you don't use it. But how we're going to use it? You can use that for voting. Let's say we have a hackathon. We need everybody to vote who is the winner. You have the voting power. You can vote. And the amount of the voting power is the weight of your vote. So we do that for one simple reason. I only need the people who contribute to the community has the power to vote. We are not going to the power to everybody. They didn't do any contribution. They just have some error, they can vote. No, I don't want that happen. I only need the people who contribute, who vote, because your contribution is what you get, and you help the community go into the right direction. So that is the voting power. And I also encourage people to use that if we have an expiration date for the power. So I really want you to use it. If you don't use it, it's just gone. It's expired. So if you use it, you have vote to other people who you think have a great contribution, or you vote for other project you think that's the best, or you vote to another peer who helped you. You can use your voting power. Oh, this is the last. Could be the last page, I think. Just a quick update on the what currently is the developing status of the Elastos. The EBP program is just started, and after my talk, I can ask Clarence to talk about the progress of EBP. Hopefully, we can have the first draft version in maybe in a few weeks, 4 weeks. We can have something to run the basic version. Try to get everything as soon as possible. And even before that, before the EBP is done, you can still we can have the program right now, but we don't have the platform yet. So maybe very likely we just post on the Telegram channel or post on the GitHub, say, we need some people to translate the Chinese version of what kind of white paper translate to English, and I offer $10 to do that. So anybody who know English and Chinese can do that work and give me your proposal, and I can give you the $10, something like that, before we have the EBP. Once we have the EBP ready, we can do everything on the platform. So in that case, everybody can see all the transactions, so everything go transparent. It's kind of fair to everybody. Another thing I just Rong just mentioned, the carrier is ready now. Carrier is one key component of the Elastos. It is a peer-to-peer network. Basically, it's something like eDonkey or like Napster or IPFS. IPFS has a library called Lab P2P, something like that. The only difference is the carrier actually these transfer everything encrypted. Like I sent a message to Clarence. So when the message was getting out of my virtual machine, it has been encrypted, and through some relays to Clarence machine. And after getting that machine, the message will be encrypted by using his public key. So in that case, all the communication in between is totally nobody can hack what the message is at. It's a P2P network. I'm not going to take too much time on that, because if you really want to know what carrier running, how the carrier demo look like, you can just go to the YouTube channel. There will be a playlist link. The carrier is planned by Kevin Z. That's my, I made some video last week. So you can go there to see how the demo, how I run it. I also encourage everybody, if you have time, you can using the carrier to build your own application, your own security Telegram in maybe 1 or 2 days. The demo you can see on the GitHub, it was done in just 1 week. Very easy, very quick. It's just one component. I'm not going to take too much today because we focus on the EBP today. If you're really interested, we can do it later or go to my YouTube channel. And the Citizen white paper was released yesterday. So if anybody follow our Telegram channel or Medium or Twitter, you actually already got it. I'm not going to spend too much. It's pretty complicated. And like a POW plus DPoS, and the two directions are different. Because your main chain to set chain is simple POS, and we go back, it's complicated. We have like an arbiter doing, well, anyway, we just stop there. It's very complicated. Maybe next week or next 2 weeks, when I have some time, I can record another YouTube video talking about the set chain, main chain. This would be a standalone topic. I'm not going to spend much today. The DID, a decentralized ID system, will be ready in June. So that is very important. As Ron just mentioned, we do the digital assets, and all the assets supposed to have an ID. That ID has to be decentralized. We're not going to use like the Google ID or Apple ID or what kind of government ID. That is centralized. We do everything decentralized. Well, I believe you understand that, because even our company, the Elastos Foundation, is decentralized. We don't have an office anywhere. It's Shanghai, Beijing, yes, we do, but we don't have an office here. We do everything decentralized. I hope everybody can work freely anywhere. We don't really want everybody to stay in somewhere kind of office. DID will be ready in June, and the Trinity. By the way, Trinity I didn't mention yet. That is a browser. It's not a browser. It's a modified version of browser. It will be the virtual machine Ron just mentioned. So the D app in the future will be running inside this Trinity, the browser. And it doesn't look like a browser, because the typical browser have a address bar. I can type in www.google.com. We don't have that. We don't have that. We put the Elastos inside the browser, and when you open the browser, you actually can see all the icons, which is application, the D app, each icons, and also switch to another page, which will be assets. That's your digital assets, including your ID, your wallet, your ebook you bought, the movies, music, whatever assets you have is in another tab. You can sell everything on the browser. And the application running in Trinity is pure DApp. Just as Ron mentioned just now, we removed HTTP from the browser. So typically, or traditionally, we will make an application, a web app. Very likely, you're going to call either AJAX or WebSocket to somewhere in server to download data or JavaScript code, right? It's very typical. But now you cannot do that anymore. Everything you load from outside of this single machine has to go to a using carrier. I just mentioned the carrier to another ID. Could be somewhere in IPFS, and you get the module from there and running in your local virtual machine. So we guarantee all the traffic go to the P2P. You know where you get the code from, and because there is a digital signature, you actually know who actually signed the binary. If somebody actually modify anything, you can run a checksum. You know somebody modified that. It's not original, so you don't trust that. So this is a trust environment, and we guarantee the application running inside is secured, and we block the old HTTP. Yeah, this is a long talk. We don't talk too much today. Even we mentioned today is a deep dive into the technology, but the time limit, we actually cannot deep. We just a snorkeling. That's fine. We will have a series of deep dive later. And yeah, more coming up. And we're going to have it's an announcement for what we're going to do in few weeks or few months. I just started here for about 2 months, so we just started. We only have currently Faye is in charge of the PR marketing. I'm a dev. I'm a developer lead to community. I already signed 2 people to join us full time. Like Clarence is one of them, and another guy in Maryland. KP Woods. Maybe a lot of people know that guy. That guy's so famous. He helped us a lot. He made a lot of YouTube video, a lot of media posts. So he joined us in a few weeks. But no, most of the people you cannot join us. And as I mentioned, we are not going to be a centralized office here. So we do everything decentralized. So in that case, we will have a frequent meetups, online meetups. The first one we just set up a time like May 15, next week, right? Next week, yeah. We're going to have a first online meeting. I hope everybody, either in this meeting room or online, you can join. It could be a Zoom meeting. So everybody can join it. We can talk a lot in more deeper level about the technology, and we will have that kind of meeting frequently. Maybe I don't guarantee because it's just started, so I cannot guarantee it's a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. I cannot guarantee that, but we will have. I can guarantee we're going to do this kind of a meetup frequently. We're going to have a hackathon. First will be in China, like May 12th. Will be this weekend, the first one. And somewhere in June or July, we're going to have a global one, the headquarters in San Francisco, Bay Area. It's global, so you don't have to come to San Francisco. You can just, if you're in Paris, you're in Berlin, you in China, you in India, we don't mind. We do everything global. In my mind, there's no border of in the world. I don't really care where you are. Just do global, so everybody can join the hackathon. We're going to give you a reward on the apps. Because a lot of module is not ready yet. So the first hackathon, we're going to focus on the carrier first. So we're going to let the team to use carrier to build any kind of application. The easiest one, maybe easiest is just doing something like a Telegram. It would be easiest, but you can use your mind to find something even cooler. So what kind of application you build, whatever, we don't mind. As long as you use the P2P network carrier, we consider you are qualified. And yeah, end of June, we're going to have a road tour to Europe. multiple countries. We haven't decided yet. I think Faye is working on that. We will release more later on the GitHub and our Twitter, official Twitter. We're going to have a roadshow to many countries, cities in Europe. We just like the meetup we have today. We're going to meet more developers in Europe to listen to them. What do they think about Elastos and what we can do to help them to build their local developer community. So that's the reason of the show. Here I have two links. One is Elastos community if you get in GitHub. Another is the GitHub global, because I assume everybody here are developers, so I don't really think there would be a problem for you to use GitHub, right? So you can just easily, some people like to use the Telegram. Some people, especially in China, like to use the WeChat to ask questions. I don't really fan of this kind of stuff because I don't have time to watch all the messages. It's just too fast. When I get up in the morning, I got 20,000 of messages in Telegram. How can I read all of them? It's not possible. So if you have any question, especially a serious question, I really encourage you to use GitHub. You can raise a issue in GitHub, and we will have some people to answer that. Even I don't know how to answer. I can forward the issue to some people, core team in China. They can help us to answer the questions. And if you want to modify something, it's simply just have a pull request. You modify something, you think, oh, this is wrong, like spelling, maybe some typo. Likely, because English is not my first language. I always make typos. KP helped me a lot. Thank you, KP. He corrected a lot of mistakes I did. So if you find something wrong in the GitHub, easily just make a pull request, and some people like me, I will approve the pull request. So I believe GitHub is the best tools for the developer to use. Yes, that's it.